Welcome to the Nittany Report, presented by the SteelFlyers All Sports Network, a show where each week after the final whistle of the Penn State game, your host, SteelFlyers, will break down each game with key plays, up-to-the-minute stats, and great commentary. From Happy Valley to all points in the Big Ten and beyond, we are Penn State.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nittany Report, a show based on the Penn State Nittany Lions football team. And man, I got to tell you something, folks. We're getting ready to get into it here. Game number 1 is on the docket this coming Saturday at 3 o'clock. Go check that out. Oh my gosh, after the year Penn State had last year with coming just this close, they're very heavily favored. They're coming out of the gates ranked number 2, and they're going up against the Nevada Wolfpack. By the way, I'm your host, Ron Mont. Welcome to the Nittany Report, brought to you by R&J Media Sports. Thank you all very much for tuning in and checking us out. If you like what we do, please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you all very much. We are going to be talking about the matchup between Penn State and the Wolfpack coming up this Saturday. Here we go. Okay, so we get some new digs up there in Happy Valley with the stadium getting some upgrades. And from what I understand, it's not quite all the way there. Like there's probably still going to be some ongoing things, but for the most part, it's all the way there. The renovations, the additions, and everything else like that, trying to bring the stadium a little bit more into the 21st century. With it being the third largest city in Pennsylvania, I think it's about time that they did get an upgrade and be able to do that. With this upgrade, you might potentially get to see, fingers crossed, a hockey game down there on the field. Anyway, hoping that this new renovation will be able to bring that here to Happy Valley. But the Nevada Wolfpack is coming into town for the first time in team history, and Penn State heavily favored. I mean, by like 6 touchdowns, should I say? And well, okay, but let's go with something right off the bat. Okay, this young man right here. Okay, Drew Allar. What an amazing couple of seasons he's had. He's had an amazing season last year. He's up for the Manning Award. He's up for, all kinds of awards this year. He's probably going to be one of the premier quarterbacks to come out of college this year. We'll probably go in the draft, But I got to say, I'm excited about what's going to be ahead for this young man. We've seen his maturation over the last season and making it to those big games and playing well in some of those big games, and then not playing so well in some of those big games, but still able to win to a certain point. So I'm looking forward to a stellar year from Mr. Allar. A good portion of the line is coming back, and they are together for more time now, and I'm looking for the offensive line to have another great year like they did last year, and keeping his uniform nice and clean. And then also, this young man right here, Nicholas Singleton, because look, let's face it, the loss of Tyler Warren is going to be felt heavily, but some transfer portal wide receivers that are going to come in and be some new weapons for Drew for this year. And that's kind of one of the things that I'm really excited about, because I think with the upgrades sort of in wide receiver room, you're going to see the ball spread a little more, and you're going to see some of the pressure taken off of Nick Singleton and, of course, the other back that we're going to talk about here too, because Penn State is blessed with the 1-2 punch of the Nicholas Singleton and the Katron Allen. But as far as Nicholas Singleton, amazing year last year. This guy is going to be heavily featured in the Penn State offense. Maybe not so much this coming Saturday, but be looking for him to be doing more things out of the backfield like he did last year, and look for him to be a little bit more involved as well too. So looking for him to have another great season this year for Penn State. And then, of course, you know, this other young man right here, Katron Allen, the I would say the Thunder in the Thunder and Lightning 1-2 punch with Penn State. He's more of the straight ahead, bowl you over type of guy, where Singleton's more the cut, shifty, gonna bounce and do those kinds of things. And I love this back here. I think his game is going to transfer amazingly in the NFL, and people are going to be clawing at the bit. Yes, clawing at the bit for a running back coming out of college, and one of them coming out of college going to be this Katron Allen here for next season's draft, especially if he has another amazing year like he did this year. I'm also looking to see new defensive coordinator coming in and different things with this Penn State team. I'm looking to see some different wrinkles. I'm looking to see them be um, a little bit different. Maybe not all the way different. You know what I mean? I'm just looking to see some things that see them spread the ball around a little bit. They're getting some pretty good speed on the outside with wide receiver, and I'm looking for them to be able to put up a good amount of points this year, especially against Nevada. I mean, you're talking about Brock Purdy's brother, Chuba Purdy, who used to play for Nebraska and then used to play for Florida State. He's 24 years old. I think this is his last year of eligibility. But he's bringing the Wolfpack from Nevada into Happy Valley, and they were 3-10 last year, and going to be a tough road to hoe here against Penn State. But I think what Penn State, if it behooves them, I think James Franklin ought to think about maybe putting in third and fourth string guys, getting them that necessary game time action experience a lot sooner. Getting the starting boys, I mean, look, nothing against Nevada and nothing against what they're trying to do. Okay. But I would almost treat this game like a preseason game for Penn State. I mean, it is kind of week 0. You know what I mean? For college and all that. And this is going to be a huge opportunity for Nevada to come into a place like Penn State to get that exposure, to get that kind of uh, you know, coverage and things of that nature. That's a huge plus for Nevada to come in here. I have a feeling they're going to give Penn State a little run for their money there a little bit, at least show out a little bit. I'm kind of hoping that they do, being that, Brock Purdy's brother, Chuba Purdy, is not too bad, but not necessarily playing on the best of teams right at the moment, but they are set to improve as well. So maybe we can do a better than 3-10. But like I said, Penn State's favored by 6 touchdowns. So, woo. Okay, it's probably going to be a long day for Nevada, but like I said, I think it would be a good idea for James Franklin to keep these starter guys here on the leash, and not have them out there as long or as much in this game. Um, I think that would be a good idea for them to do that, especially for Drew Allar. It would give backups chance to play, but then again, it wouldn't be bad for Drew out to be out there with his wide receivers and stuff, which he hasn't really had that much opportunity to work with, since most of them are from the transfer portal and coming in rather just in time for training camp. So he hasn't really had that amount of time to work with those guys. But I gotta say, folks, I'm looking for this to be um, a really heavily touchdown laden game here. Maybe one sided, maybe. I think it's probably going to be. But like I said, it's great exposure for Nevada. It's great opportunity for them to get out here on the East Coast and play, a Big Ten team and like I said, get that exposure, get that kind of coverage. Um, that's only going to help them. And you never know, hey man, any given Sunday that Wolfpack could come in and Chuba could just light up our defense at Penn State, and that'll be the end of that, right? And there you go. And the number 2 team in the nation would fall. But yeah, I don't really think that's gonna happen. Not with the defense mostly returning, only losing a few players to the draft last year. And like I said, I don't think that's gonna happen. But if Penn State doesn't watch themselves, they could potentially allow this team to stay in it. And if you allow this team, a team like this, a hungry team, to stay in it, they're looking to throw that uppercut and that big punch to the big boy to try to knock them down. You know what I mean? So, like I said, wouldn't be a bad idea to get some of the younger um, um, lesser experienced guys in there a little sooner, maybe in this game, depending on how the score goes and all that other stuff. But looking for Penn State to have an amazing win here on Saturday as well. So there you have it, folks. The Nittany Report, Game 1, Week 0, whatever how you want to call it. Okay, but this is what's going to be going on. Penn State going to be playing at home against the Nevada Wolfpack. Check that out. Be sure to tune in. And we will be seeing you all on the next episode of the Nittany Report.